Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for March 22, 2024. And in the news this afternoon, Haiti Children Charity grateful after 59 orphans arrive in Jamaica. Co-founder of Haiti Children, Susie Krabacher, is expressing gratitude to the Jamaican government and the mustard seed communities for accepting the 59 Haitian orphans with disabilities into the country. The children arrived in Jamaica by boat on Thursday morning, along with 13 caregivers, and were processed at Errol Flynn Marina in Portland. Mrs. Krabacher disclosed that efforts to have the children transferred to her home country in the United States had been shut down by the Haitian government.
We've lost 9 children in the past 14 months waiting to get permission from the Haiti government to let us leave. It wasn't an issue of coming, it was that we couldn't get permission to leave. And we were thrilled that the Prime Minister, who is now left the country of Haiti, before he left, he signed the agreement to let the kids leave.
The group was received by a team comprising representatives from the Portland Health Department, police, and the Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard. After disembarking the boat, they were taken to tents set up at the marina where they were processed and fed. Lack of payment irks workers. Statin gives a known timeline, says some yet to complete the process. Amid the growing frustration of census workers over remuneration, the Statistical Institute of Jamaica has failed to outline a timeline for payments owed for the recently concluded 2022 population and housing census. The census commenced in September 2022 and was slated to run for 6 months. However, it ended in December of last year. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark, in his budget debate presentation earlier this month, said that Statin had completed data collection and was now analyzing the data. Yesterday, during a virtual press briefing hosted by Statin, both the field officers and the supervisors did not shy away from voicing their annoyance over late payments from the agency that is responsible for oversight of the national survey. While waiting on the commencement of the press briefing on the agency's YouTube page, comments came flooding in from census workers across the island as they demanded their payments for work reportedly done since 2022. Concerns were also raised over the lack of communication from the agency since the completion of face-to-face data collection in December. In her response to the concerns raised, Carol Coy, Director General at Statin, sought to provide an update on the payments, but no clear timeline was outlined. She said that the agency was now focused on the disbursement of funds to workers now that data collection had been completed. Coy was, however, quick to point out that the process had been delayed for reasons including the fact that some census workers have not completed the processes needed to facilitate a payment. Just the sending in the questionnaires is not the final part of completion. The visitation record, as I said in the brief, is one of the areas we are having issues with. This is one of the challenges that we have been faced with. The visitation records have not been completed correctly. Once this is done, then all payments will be made, Coy said. The Director General's explanation was greeted with displeasure as the census workers shared that they had completed the necessary steps but had still not received any funds. Anisha White, who was contracted as a supervisor in St. Anne by Statin, told the news that she was disappointed by how the agency declined to provide a timeline on monies owed for work done during the period of data collection. White contacted the news team earlier in March to share her concerns over the handling of payments, and an email was sent to Statin by the reporter requesting an update on the matter on March 11. Contact was also made with Georgia Garvey Green, Statin's corporate communication manager, who promised to provide clarity on the issue. However, up to press time, this response had not been provided. White told the news that she was initially contracted to supervise a zone which included 6 electoral divisions in St. Anne. She was then asked to fill in and accept the additional responsibilities of a second zone after another census supervisor resigned. She explained that she was excited for the opportunity as the approved compensation for a census supervisor was $160,000 per supervisory zone. In addition to that, supervisors were also promised a travel allowance of $140,000 for each zone. White further stated that she had only received a party payment of her travel allowance, totaling $104,335. The census supervisor explained that she has since reached out to Dagry Johnson Frank, area manager for Era 4, but she had been left with more questions than answers. I called my area manager and she said that she has requested my payment from headquarters, which is the final approval for payment. I called about the electoral division that should be approved, and my area manager said that she has requested it from headquarters but hasn't gotten any answers as yet, said White. Each time I try to reach out to headquarters, I am not getting through. I called the head office and they said that they do not have an extension for headquarters, so I have to leave a message, White complained. Johnson Frank declined to comment on the issue when contacted by the news. At the same time, White said that she had been left in an uncomfortable situation as the census workers who she supervised were now looking to her for answers. It is unfair because we are the ones who went out in the field. We are the ones who get insulted. People even run away from them yard. I remember Pametuni's me drop out there one day. Me go out there in the sun and rain, she bemoaned. I'm one of the supervisors who push my census takers to get out there and do the work. Now them a call me and I don't even know what to tell them. Sometimes you see them a call me and I don't even answer because I don't know what to say, White added. I have 3 census takers who completed, but I have some who didn't complete because of the same payment issues. Only one of my census takers completed 6 electoral divisions, and it's unfair that she can't get her final payment. It is unfair that whenever she calls me, I have to tell her that I don't know what to say. It's unfair, she continued. Strange creature ravages farmers' banana plants. Farmer Mavis Edwards of Lawrence Tavern, St. Andrew, is now in a state of bewilderment as the bark of banana trees in her backyard were ravaged by what she believes was a strange creature late Tuesday. She told the news that when she last saw the trees about 8 p.m., they were all upright and in good condition. However, about 2 a.m. Wednesday, she was awakened by the loud barking of her dogs, but she did not make any checks until about 6:30. It was then that she saw the damage. When me wait the tree them eat up, the leaves them gone one side. Some come claw off, some standing, but all of them bite up go down to the root. Just cha-cha up, explained Edwards, noting that it was the first time in her 10 years as a farmer that she was seeing something like that. However, this is not the first time that this strange phenomenon has happened here in Jamaica. In 2014, a similar situation occurred in the rural community of Cambridge in Portland. Following that episode, where banana trees were damaged in a similar fashion, those residents dubbed the unknown creature as the Beast. Similar to the situation with Edwards, the banana trees in Portland had only the bark damaged, as the leaves and the fruits were left intact. The incident has left Edwards and her family frightened and nervous. Her granddaughter Brittany Jones told the news that she fears that the creature may return and hurt more than the banana trees. I don't know what it is. It might come back, God forbid, but there are other banana trees in the yard, so we are wondering if it's gonna come back, said Jones, who added that her family is afraid to even go near the ravaged trees. Nobody goes in that area because we don't know what it is. We don't know if we touch it we might get sick. It's just there. We just leave it. Even when we get closer to it, it had a weird smell. Maybe it's the smell of inside the banana tree itself, but we don't know, said Jones, who doubts that the trees were damaged by a human. The way how the tree looked, there is no way somebody passed through and chopped the tree. It doesn't look like that. It looked like when you scrape something with a nail, like a claw something, added Jones.